What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnhytv, and tonight I'll go my WWE Smackdown review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my socials, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's talk about SmackDown. Now SmackDown was a good show, and it gets a 8 out of 10. Alright, it says SmackDown was live. Yeah, SmackDown was live at Greensville, South Carolina. It says WWE SmackDown kicks off with highlights from the Royal Rumble main event. We see Roman getting the win against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn hitting Roman Reigns with the chair. Jey Uso walking out on the bloodline and Roman hitting Sami Zayn with the chair. We cut to the arena and Kayla is in the parking lot and in comes a black SUV. Solo, Jimmy, and Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman get out of the SUV. Kayla asks Roman if he can give an update on the status of Jey Uso with the Bloodline. Roman Reigns walked away as Paul Heyman stops at Kayla. He tells her to he tells her it's such a cold-blooded question, but from such a warm-hearted lady. Paul Heyman tells her they cannot confirm or den- deny deny the status of Jey Uso within the bloodline. He thanks her for wearing their colors, as she is wearing red, and he walks away. In the arena, the power goes off, and we are live. Michael Cole is live with Ray Barrett. Pac-Man Appy is not back on SmackDown yet. Okay, so we get WWE SmackDown Tag Team Contenders Tournament. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Imperium. I must say this was a decent match. Alright, decent tag team match. It says the bell rings, we are underway. Strowman pushes Vinci down as Vinci gets back up. Caster is tagging. Vinci throws them both away a right hand by Strowman as the Imperium leaves the ring. Ricochet is tagging as Caster gets back into the ring. Ricochet with a drop kick. A forearm by Ricochet followed by a jawbreaker. Vinci distracts Ricochet and Caster hits Ricochet with a running shoulder block on the outside of the ring. Strowman and Gunther are face to face. Caster with a suicide dive onto Strowman, but Strowman catches him. Vinci climbs the top rope and a splash onto Strowman. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial, Imperium double team Strowman in the ring. Caster goes for the cover, but Strowman kicks out. Caster with right hands onto Strowman, and BC is tagging. He grabs Strowman, but Strowman with a backdrop, and Ricochet is tagging. Vinci is tagging. Ricochet with a crossbody, and comes Vinci, and he hits him with a head scissors. A flying forearm by Ricochet followed by a standing shooting star. He goes for the cover, but Vinci kicks out. Ricochet lifts Vinci up, but Vinci lands on his feet and throws Ricochet shoulder first into the ring post. Caster is tagging. Caster goes for a drop kick on the corner, but Ricochet moves out of the way. Ricochet with a back elbow onto Caster. In comes Braun Strowman, who knocks Vinci off the apron. Ricochet runs to the ropes, and Strowman launches him over the top rope onto Imperial on the outside of the ring. Gunther and Ricochet are face to face. Ricochet pushes Gunther, and Gunther pushes Ricochet as Gunther is kicked out of ringside. Now they were wrong for Gunther pushing Ricochet. So Ricochet pushed Gunther and Gunther pushed Ricochet back. But they end up they banned Gunther from ringside. They wrong for that one. Alright, let's continue. Commercial break. Back from commercial, Strowman with the Monster Bomb onto Caster. Ricochet is tagging. Ricochet climbs onto Strowman's shoulder, and Ricochet with a senton. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Braun Strowman and Ricochet. This was a decent tag team match. Kayla Braxton is backstage with Charlotte Flair. She says her match against Rhea Ripley is going to be epic, but tonight her focus is on Sonya. And in comes Sonya, who says she wants the SmackDown Women's Championship. It will be her against Rhea Ripley, and they will be in Hollywood, and Hollywood needs a star. and she is a star. Charlotte Flair laughs and tells her to save the trash talk for the ring. All right, so we go to commercial break. They air they air a clip of the promotional segment for NASCAR. It involved the New Day and Rey Mysterio with the Judgment Day. Ray and Dominic will race with Rey Mysterio winning the race. Um, Sonya Deville makes her way to the ring. Commercial break. This is Mike T. Desco coming in a coming in making a hot tag for from Raw member. All right, so we get the SmackDown Women's Championship. So we get Sonya Deville versus Charlotte Flair. This match, this match, I'm gonna say I didn't really care about this match. The bell rings and they lock up. Charlotte Flair takes her down and connects with a shoulder tackle. Charlotte Flair turns Sonya Deville and asks where their trash talking is. They circle the ring and Charlotte Flair applies a race lock before hitting a takedown. Charlotte Flair wrenches the arm, but Sonya Deville pulls the hair and turns it on her. Charlotte Flair cartwheels out but has a whip to the corner reverse. Charlotte Flair rolls up the turnbuckles and land on the apron before big booty Sonya Deville back. Charlotte Flair goes up top, goes to the top rope and hits a high crossbody block for a 2 count. Sonya Deville sidesteps an avalanche and charges, but Charlotte Flair drops her on the apron. Charlotte Flair forearms her in the face, but Sonya Deville quickly pulls her down by the hair. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the break to see Sonya Deville taking it to Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair avoids a big kick and rolls her up for a 2 count. Sonya Deville quickly takes her down and picks up a 2 count. Sonya Deville grounds the queen and applies a chinlock. Charlotte Flair fights up and hits a snapmare. Charlotte Flair punches her back, but Sonya Deville knees her. Charlotte Flair blocks a bounce into the corner and bounces Sonya Deville off the top turnbuckle. Sonya Deville responds with a kick to the knee. Sonya Deville charges, but Charlotte Flair rolls under an attack and hits a pair of clotheslines. Charlotte Flair chops Sonya Deville a few times and connects with a back suplex. Charlotte Flair kicks up and pose. The Carolina crowd gives her a nice ovation. Charlotte Flair's name is widely respected in that region. Charlotte Flair hits the ropes and connects with a big boot for a near fall. Charlotte Flair grabs her, but Sonya Deville elbows her back. Charlotte Flair puts Sonya Deville on the apron and goes for a big boot, but Sonya Deville avoids it. Sonya Deville snaps a leg off the top rope and hits a bicycle kick for a near fall. Sonya Deville is in disbelief. Sonya Deville charged her in the corner, but Charlotte Flair hits a backbreaker. Sonya Deville knocks her back and goes to the second rope. Sonya Deville connects with a flying knee for another 2 count. Sonya Deville sets up for a figure four leg lock, but Charlotte Flair counters into an outside cradle for a 2 count. Sonya Deville knocks her down in the corner. Sonya Deville charges and they mistime a rolling clothesline from Charlotte Flair for a 2 count. Charlotte Flair sets up Sonya Deville in the corner, climbs the ropes. Charlotte Flair goes for a moonsault, but Sonya Deville gets her feet up. Sonya Deville rolls her up with her feet on the ropes for a near fall. Charlotte Flair gets out of a figure four leg lock. Sonya Deville goes for a sunset flip, but Charlotte Flair rolls through and applies the figure eight for the submission victory. The winner by submission is still your SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. I did not care about this match in my eyes. I did not care. Alright, so we get a video package. Cody Rhodes announced he will be challenging Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship at WrestleMania 39. Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman, and undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns are sitting backstage looking upset. Roman Reigns asks Jimmy where Jey Uso is. Jimmy doesn't know and hasn't heard from him. Roman Reigns says he finds that disrespectful. Not only did he walk out, but now he's not communicating. Don't they have a title match next week? You don't walk out on your obligation. Roman Reigns asks Jimmy again, and if he has talked to Jey Uso. Jimmy sits up straight up and says he has not talked to him. Jimmy assures Roman Reigns that Jey will be there when they need him. Roman Reigns asks if Jey will be here from the entire bloodline. Has Solo Sikoa heard from him? Jimmy says Jey isn't talking to anyone. Roman Reigns asks Paul Heyman it is if it's WrestleMania season. Paul Heyman confirms that it is. Roman Reigns demands Jimmy and Solo to find Jey Uso now. They slowly get up and walk off. So far, I like the bloodline story. They carried this bloodline storytelling. I like the bloodline storytelling. That's all I gotta say. The Brawling Brutes will battle the Viking Raiders next. Video WWE honors Kofi Kingston for Black History Month. So we go to commercial break. Replay on showing of the Viking Raiders visually attacking Drew McIntyre and Sheamus last week on SmackDown. The tag team match: Brawling Brutes, Ridge Holland and Butch versus the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, coming by Valhalla. This match right here, I'm gonna say this was solid tag team match. Butch starts against Ivar. Ivar powers him to the corner and backs up. Butch punches back at him, but Ivar overpowers him and eventually beats him in the corner. Ivar whips Butch head first into the turnbuckles. Eric tags in and whips Butch hard to the corner. Butch quickly boots him back and goes for some joint multiplication. Eric fights out, so Butch chops him. Ridge Holland tags in and shoulder tackles Eric down. Eric gets out of a suplex and punches him. Eric attempts a suplex, but Ridge Holland blocks it. Ridge Holland hits a vertical suplex and tags Butch in. Ridge Holland gets Eric on the apron. Butch knocks Ivar off the apron. The Brawling Brutes then double team Eric with Tambito the battering. Butch goes for a plancha, but Eric moves. Butch goes face to face with Valaha. Eric sends Butch head first into the barricade and hits a running forearm. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the break to see Bush snap Eric's finger and tags Holland in. Holland hits Eric with a pair of T-bone suplexes. Holland traps both arms and hits a belly to belly suplex. Rich Holland sides Eric up, but Eric needs him in the face. Ivar tags in and kicks Holland. Ivar sets up for a pile driver, but Rich Holland counters into an Alabama slam for a 2 count. The Fed from Fox flickered for a few moments. Rich Hollins grabs Ivar, but Ivar powers him to the corner and viciously elbows away at him. Bush blonde tags and knees Ivar. Bush kicks him back, and Eric tags in. Bush hits him with an insecurity, but Eric responds by turning him inside out with a clothesline. Eric needs him in the face for a near fall. Ivar tags in. Rich Hollins pulls Eric out of the ring. Butch fights Eric on the top rope and hits a super hurricane for a near fall. Butch goes to the second rope for a moonsault, but Eric catches him short off and powers him up. Bush slides into a sleeper hold. Eric tags in and knocks Bush down. Hollins charged Ivar at ringside, but Ivar drops him with a spin kick. Ivar tagged in. The Viking Raiders stare at Belaha before hitting Bush with a Ragnarok for the victory. The winner of the match, the Viking Raiders. That was a solid tag team match. The Viking Raiders go up the rim until Drew McIntyre and Sheamus come out. They attack the Viking Raiders and brawl on the stage. McIntyre sends Ivar to the lead wall. Ivar shoves him off, but McIntyre big boots him to the back. McIntyre and Sheamus celebrate. Okay, a video package. Bray Wyatt beats LA Knight in the Mountain Dew Pitch Black match at the Royal Rumble event this past Saturday. Bray Wyatt puts on a new mask, puts on puts on a new mask and became invincible. After the match, Uncle Howdy then did a stage dive. We go backstage to see Bray Wyatt and rocking in a rocking chair watching highlights. Uncle Howdy walks up and the screen breaks away. Shotzi makes her way to the ring and the taking care of business tank. The women's elimination chamber qualified for the four-way matches next. So we go to commercial break. Photos from the Royal Rumble event are shown. Okay, Elimination Chamber qualifying for the four-way match. Shotzi versus Selena Vega versus Shayna Baszler versus Natalia. This match was fine for was decent for the four-way. Nothing special. The match began and Natalia quickly goes after Shayna Baszler. Shotzi pulls Natalia off and punches away at Baszler. Natalia knocks Shotzi back and stomps Baszler out of the ring. Shotzi attacks Natalia and hits a shoulder tackle. Vega pulls Shotzi out of the ring and sends her into the barricade. Vega squares off against Natalia in the ring and rolls her up. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan are watching backstage. Both already in the Elimination Chamber. Vega hits Natalia with code red, but Shayna Baszler breaks up the pin. Shayna Baszler slams Vega and attacks Shotzi. Shayna Baszler hits Shotzi with a backbreaking and grabs the arm. Natalia attacks Shayna Baszler from behind and throws her to the apron. Shayna Baszler avoids a shoulder and kicks Natalia back. Selena Vega pulls Baszler off the apron, but Shayna Baszler clotheslines her down. Shayna Baszler gets in the ring and knees Natalia in the face, which is the same move that broke Natalia's move 3 months ago. Shayna Baszler calls for a near fall. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the break to see Shayna Baszler fighting out of Shayna Baszler's chin lock. Shayna Baszler punches her down and goes to stomp on the arm, but Shotzi avoids it. Shotzi kicks a knee Shayna Baszler in the face before avalanching her against the ropes. Shayna Baszler falls to the floor. Shotzi hits the ropes and hits Shayna Baszler with a suicide dive. Selena Vega goes to the second rope and hits a moonsault block on Shayna Baszler and Shotzi on the floor. Natalia grabs Shotzi and gets her in the ring. Natalia applies the sharpshooter, but Selena Vega hits her with a bulldog to break it up. Shotzi hits a scary German suplex on Vega. Shayna Baszler hits Shotzi with a German suplex before putting Vega in a Kafuta clutch. Shayna Baszler released to avoid a disgust clothesline from Natalia. Shayna Baszler goes for a Kafuta clutch on Natalia, but Natalia knocks her out of the ring. Natalia then applied the sharpshooter to the fallen Vega for the submission. The winner of the match, Natalia. The crowd did not cheer for Natalia. But anyway, this was a decent fatal four way. Anyway, Natalia joins Raquel, Liv Morgan, Asuka, and Nikki Cross in the Elimination Chamber match. The winner will face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 39. Um, I'm gonna say this right now. Asuka is winning the Elimination Chamber. That's all I gotta say. Asuka is winning the Elimination Chamber to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 39. I guarantee you, Asuka's gonna win the Elimination Chamber. I'm calling it right now. Anyway, let's move on. The final woman in the Elimination Chamber will be decided on Monday night. Candice Ray, Miriam, Carmella, and Piper Niven will battle for the last spot. We go backstage to see Paul Heyman informing Roman Reigns that Jey Uso phone goes straight to voicemail. Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa come back and say they couldn't get a hold of Jey Uso. Roman Reigns shakes his head and says he doesn't understand. All the times of the year for this to happen, then they were doing so good, no problem, no hiccups. Roman Reigns says he has a lot on his plate. They understand the stress and burden of this position. Roman Reigns says he feels like he's being spread too thin right now. Roman Reigns says he loves them and apologizes for speaking to them the way he does. Jimmy tells him not to worry about it. Roman Reigns says he needs them to be as strong as they were, as strong as they ever were. If they're not, there is no more of this. Roman Reigns says he has a good dinner for them on the bus. Roman Reigns wants Jimmy and Solo to go on the bus. Roman Reigns has to go into the arena to handle some business. Roman Reigns tells them to eat and enjoy. They agree. So we get the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns will address the state of the bloodline next. Um, oh, I was ready for this. So we go to commercial break. Next week on SmackDown, the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso versus Braun Strowman and Ricochet. Fatal 4-way number one contenders match. Winner will face Gunther for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, and Madcap Moss. I got Rey Mysterio winning next week on SmackDown. That's all I gotta say. Then we go to the main event of the evening. I was waiting for this main event. This was a good segment by Roman Reigns. Undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns makes his way to the ring alongside the wise man Paul Heyman. Roman Reigns is on day 887 days as champion. Roman Reigns gets in the ring and a Sami chant fires up. Roman Reigns says, Greensville, South Carolina, acknowledge me. The crowd is mixed and buzzing loudly. Another loud Sami chant fires up. Roman Reigns paced in the ring. Roman Reigns was going to ask what they want to talk about, but it's pretty obvious. Roman Reigns would rather sit here and talk about Cody Rhodes, the guy that won the Royal Rumble and is the number one contender. That's a guy that deserves his attention. Instead, these simple folks have reduced him to talking about the past. There are two sides. There are two sides to every story. So we're going to hear this. In order to hear Reigns' side, they have to go back to War Games. That's the night that he locked into Sami Zayn's eyes and told the world he sees everything he needs to see. Roman Reigns saw Grid that night. Roman Reigns saw the same thing he's seen in everyone he interacts with nowadays. If a restaurant was lucky enough to have him to was lucky enough to have him hostage hostess people in the kitchen, waiters and waitress waitress all asked him for something like he hasn't done enough already. Roman Reigns gave Sami Zayn the opportunity of a lifetime. Instead, Sami Zayn used his bloodline and his island of re legacy. The crowd boos. This is no different from anyone in the crowd. They all want, and never give back. All of a sudden, Sami Zayn attacks Roman Reigns from behind to a huge ovation. Sami Zayn yells at Roman Reigns, but Roman Reigns fights back with some knees to the face. Roman Reigns stomps Sami Zayn down, and the crowd loudly boos him. Roman Reigns tells Paul Heyman to get him a chair. Roman Reigns takes the chair, but Sami Zayn gives Roman Reigns a spear. A loud Sami chant starts up as Sami Zayn picks up a steel chair. Sami Zayn goes to hit him, but Roman Reigns immediately rolls out of the ring with a look of shock and honor on his face. Sami Zayn grabs a microphone and says, Roman Reigns is wrong about him. Sami Zayn never wanted anything from Reigns. Until now, Roman Reigns wants something from Roman Reigns, and he's going to take it. Sami Zayn is coming after Roman Reigns and the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. The crowd loudly cheers. Suddenly, Jimmy Uso super kicks him down. Solo Sikoa headbutts Sami Zayn in numbers of times and hits a small spike. Solo Sikoa punches away at Sami Zayn in the corner. Jimmy Uso puts a steel chair around his head. Solo Sikoa goes for a running hip attack to end Sami Zayn once and for all, but Roman Reigns stops him. Roman Reigns looks down at Sami Zayn and takes the chair of his neck. A We Want Jey Uso chant picks up. Roman Reigns says he doesn't have Jey because Sami Zayn broke up his bloodline. Roman Reigns says he gave him an opportunity, but instead he broke up his family. Roman Reigns says he wants Sami Zayn in Montreal at Elimination Chamber, so he can break Sami Zayn in front of his entire family, his wife, kid, parents, and friends. Roman Reigns says he'll see him soon. Roman Reigns holds up the titles and shouts this is symbol to him. Sami Zayn should have stayed in the bloodline. Now it's done. Roman Reigns holds the title up to end the show, and SmackDown goes off the air. Like I said earlier, this segment right here was good. Remember how Drew McIntyre lost to Roman Reigns at his hometown? That's exactly how Sami Zayn is going to lose in his hometown. But it's sad to say that Sami Zayn is not going to beat Roman Reigns. The only thing that I see is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going after the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. But like I said, this was a great segment, and I love every second of it. The bloodline storytelling, it's the best storytelling in WWE history, and that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, SmackDown was a good show, and I give it an 8 out of 10, like I mentioned earlier. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Smackdown review on highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on SmackDown. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Follow my socials, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch and Discord down below in the description. And I will try to go live on Twitch tomorrow. So make sure you guys come to my stream on Twitch tomorrow, because I wanted to do a open discussion about WWE 2K23 live on Twitch. Um and that's all I gotta say from here. This your boy Big Boy Facts on TV. Have a great night, stay safe, and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE NXT Vengeance Day review and highlights. And that's all I gotta say. I'll talk to you guys later. Kept your crew, kept your kings, too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.